Maybe you should pull the fucking trigger.
Pull the trigger. Ain't nobody gonna do for you.
Hi guys, Shaquan Chanel here, and I wanted to come and do a quick video today over how I started my own business, being a stay-at-home mom and a stay-at-home wife. So, as some of you don't know, if you haven't seen my older videos, I've been married for 8 years, going on 9 years, been my husband for 10 years, and it's been a journey up and down. But it's not about my marriage right now; it's more so about me. So basically, we moved to Germany. I was a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife. My husband was in the military, and then we put our son in daycare. I was still in school full time. Uh, then I got a job. Was still going to school full time, but then something happened. So we had a friend, and he started to talk to us, our circle back then. He started to talk to us about stocks, ETFs, and how he was investing in this financial market, and he wanted to teach more people who were willing to listen. That's the key thing, people who were willing to listen. And now I have a background in banking, and I was going to school for business administration, business management, and accounting, finance, stuff like that, right? And I always had an eye and an ear for it. Even as a young teenager, I always wanted to know more about stocks and investing. And he just really spoke to me because I'm like, wait, stocks, wait, that's my avenue, that's my cue. So what happened was we started to talk more about it. He started to tell us more about it, and I became more interested. And so one day he came to my home, and I literally watched this man make like $300 in 3 minutes. I was floored. I was like, whoa, how the heck did you do that? And he looked at me and said, now you do it. Now, mind you, I knew nothing about the market or anything. But at that point in time, after he kept talking to us about stocks and ETFs, what he showed me was something different. It was something called Forex. So I said, Forex. Never heard of Forex before a day in my life. So after that, he would show me things, but what happened was he would talk to me and it was like a foreign language because he showed me how to make the money, but I didn't understand the technical concept behind it, the fundamentals behind it. So then one day he looked at me and said, you know nothing about what I'm talking about, do you? I said, dude, no. So he said, okay, you need to go and learn the basics. Go and learn as much information as you can, apply it to the market. And he said, I'm going to be honest with you, you need to pay for knowledge. You need to find somebody to teach you. He wasn't really I'm trying to say this lightly. He could show me, but he wasn't really a teacher. He could help me, like if I made a strategy or something, he could help me understand it more, help me break it down. But he really wasn't the teacher type. So I said, okay, and here's the thing about me too, you guys. So when it comes to things, you can show me how to do something, but I'm gonna figure it out my own way. Like I didn't really bother him when it came to learning. If I needed him, I would call him, say, hey, can we have a meeting or something? But I never really bothered him. I didn't really leech onto him because that's not my personality to leech onto people. I only bother you if I really need something. And I'm still like that till today. If I don't need anything, if I don't have anything to say, you really won't hear from me. I'm really like isolated like that. So that's just how it went. So I started to get good at it, right? So it took me a good year to a year and a half to really understand, okay, I got this. Like I'm putting it together. Boom, I got it. And the part about what I learned when it comes to Forex, because that's what it is, we are Forex traders, we're retail traders. Basically, it's like this. Let me explain it. So it's like stocks. We hear about the stock market all the time, right? You need thousands to trade and invest in. You just buy and you hold it. You never let it go. That's not what this was. Because when I first started to hear about it, he kept saying, well, you can make money whether you buy or sell, and you don't have to hold it. You can liquidate, meaning you can take your money whenever you want, within a minute, seconds, um 15 minutes, an hour, whatever the case may be, is how you learn how to trade, how you learn how to look at the market. So I thought, okay, cool. So in that, I learned this: working from home or having some type of business at home is not easy. I think about Microsoft. They started in their garage. You know, Amazon, he started in a small space. It takes you a while to learn something you know nothing about. And that's what this was. When you're becoming the investor, or the person investing, you have no idea what you're doing, especially when you're using your own money. The beautiful part about this was, to learn this, you don't need to use your own money, meaning we paper trade or we demo trade, meaning we trade with fake money until we get good enough to trade with our real money. So from there, you're not even spending nothing at that point in time. Now, on the other hand, when he did tell me you need to invest, I did not do that. So I wasted more money. Now I get to that. I wasted more money not investing. So I said, okay, but here's why I really want to talk about this, you guys. When it came to me being a stay-at-home mom, I didn't just want to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to stay at home with my kids. I knew that. But there was something different. See, what I wanted to do was learn how to make money without a 9 to 5. I was I love my job. Don't get me wrong, in Germany, I love the job. Management was a little bit different story, but I love my job. Um, it spoke to me because, for one, I love working with people, I love working with numbers, and I love working around money. That was my thing. But I wanted to do something different. I always said I wanted to own my own business. I wanted something on my own that no one could tell me what to do. I didn't have a boss or anything. And that's what appealed to me with Forex. Okay, if I take my time and I study and I work hard at this, I can make my own job, my own 9 to 5, everything. And that's what I was doing. While I was working at the bank, I would take my resources with me, and with my free time, I was just learning how to trade. I was researching, I was looking up stuff, I was writing stuff down. I have journals on top of journals, what I was doing, what I was using, and everything. Then I wanted to contribute to my household without the cooking, well, besides the cooking, besides the cleaning, besides taking care of my kids, besides being a wife. I wanted to feel like I contributed to the household more than just that. That was the biggest thing on why I wanted to have my own business. On top of that, we all hear about investing. We all hear about stocks and stuff like that, but this was something different where you didn't need $1,000 to start with. You could literally start with as little as $100 or $50 and grow it from there. And with me being a banking and seeing what this could do, I thought, wow, I can double an account in 1 month, where a bank can't even double my savings in a year. So I thought, this is something that can be cool to do. I only put a little money in, but the reward can be something better in return. The best thing about this too is, if I'm learning on my own, that means I don't have to go to school to learn this, where people actually do go to school to do this stuff. Remember when I told you guys that I was always interested in investing? Well, here is my chance to learn it without paying $15,000-$20,000 a year in school and school loans to actually learn this thing. I could learn it right here, pay someone a short amount of money, and then learn it and go on about my business, right? So that's what I could do. Then at the same time, um, something in life happens where we don't life doesn't always necessarily pan out the way that we think it is. Sometimes you can't take control over your life in the way it ends up, because my life did not end up the way I thought it would. But this was something that I could take control. This was something where I knew I could be great at, and I wanted to expand in this knowledge. And thank God I had a husband who supported me 100% of the way. He's like, yo, you learn this. This is your thing. Be great at it. And unfortunately, not all husbands are like that with this type of thing, but he is still supportive. And thinking about how life doesn't pan out, I just wanted to be in control of something without a boss, without a micromanager, without coworkers. It's just me, my computer, and my knowledge. And that's where Forex comes into play. And I will be honest, I did do things backwards. Okay, the moment my mentor told me I should have paid for knowledge, I should have paid for knowledge. Let me tell you guys why. When you're learning something new that you know nothing about, the last thing you want to do is put your money at risk, your real money at risk. Meaning, if you're learning how to make money, you do need knowledge. You need to pay someone who knows it. So if you do put your real money at risk up front, without knowing what you're doing, or even if you get a scotch of knowledge, that scotch is still nothing compared to what you're going to deal with in the future. You need someone to help you keep that money in your pocket. Meaning, let's say I'm drop shipping, right? Just for example, and I hear 5 steps I need to take forward. Or there's somebody out there who knows that maybe 2 of those 5 steps will work and those other 3 will not work. There's somebody out there who's been in your shoes who already knows what to do, and they could help you not waste money on certain ads, not waste money on certain products. But if you're just getting to this market, it's like for some reason we feel like things that we get into are get rich quick schemes. And a lot of this stuff is, but you can't treat your own business like a get rich quick scheme. I was just listening to Gary Vee, and he was saying how a young kid came up to him and said, man, I just lost $60,000. Like he got scammed out of $60,000 without Gary Vee knowing the whole background story. He said, and that's what happens when you try to get money too quick. That's what happens when you fall into the get rich quick scheme trap. Basically, that's what he was saying. And I had to learn that. Now, thank God for my mentor. He kept us on fake money, meaning we paper traded. He kept us on that for 6 months to a year. He said, you don't need to be putting your real money at risk unless you're finding someone to pay for that knowledge, who you're finding someone to teach you. And that's what I should have did. That's what I did not do. And that kind of prolonged my trading career. However, now here comes to the point of my business. Trading is one of them. It's one of them. The second part is this. I now teach people how to trade. I got really good at it. And the reason why I teach now is because a dear friend of mine, he and I were speaking, and he was what we call a scalper, meaning he jumps in and out of the market real quick. I'm a swing trader, meaning I invest in the Forex market. I hold my trades, but then I compound my money to take quicker profits. So while I'm waiting on my investment trades to hit profit, meaning that's my money I can take home, I take quicker money in between as well. I'm not a scalper though. Yeah, so it's a lot of lingo that goes into this. But I critiqued something that he was doing, and it just stunned him. He said, you need to teach, because he kept seeing me help other people. He kept seeing the way I would speak to people. He saw the gift in me before I saw it in myself. He saw the gift, and he kept pushing me to teach. We would have private conversations, just he and I. And he kept saying, yo, Quan, that's my nickname, Quan, you need to go and teach. You need to go and teach. You need to go and teach. And finally, I said, okay, what do you need me to do? Because I knew he was teaching at that point. I wasn't into it just quite yet, because I felt like I wasn't where I needed to be. And he kept saying, put that aside. It doesn't matter. You got to go where God leads you with what you have. I said, okay, cool. So he basically helped jumpstart my trading career. And I'm here now. This year alone, I've actually taught over 200 people in this year alone. And we're just now in November, and I really started at the end of January, just jumping into it. I've had my trading business now for several months now, and I can say that it's been rewarding for me. But it took me up to 3 years to really learn this and craft this and do it. So that's what I do now. Basically, that's how I make my money. If you want to hear more of the story in here and see more of what I do, I'll link my other channel, and I'll put it down below, my other YouTube channel, and so that you guys can go and subscribe. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm trying to give you another idea of how to make money from home without relying on everybody else, without relying on anybody to give you something. This is something you have to work hard at yourself. This is not something you can learn in 1 or 2 months and think you got it. So now there is 1% who can do that of people. If that's in them, that's 1% of people who can do that. But the rest of us, 99% people, it takes us time from about a year to 1.5 years. But imagine this, you're sitting at home and you need $100, and you say, wow, I need $100. But now you have this skill set to where you can make $100 on your own without going to a 9-to-5, just by clicking one simple button and then stopping that area at a point where you get your $100. That's what this is kind of like, okay? You don't need a lot of money to start. You don't really need to pay anybody unless you're paying someone to teach you, which I highly recommend that you do. And basically, it's all up to you, your success. You don't have a micromanager. You don't have a boss. You are your own boss. You make your own trading hours. And what I personally learned how to do was I mentor people through this. I had a great mentor. I wanted to learn to be a mentor, but actually teach people how to actually trade. So I'm like a 2-in-1 kind of thing. I have my own trading style. I love to teach busy people, because people who are busy have this myth that it's in their mind. They think, well, you guys sit at your computers all day, boom, boom, boom. No, we don't. I sit at my computer when I'm trading for at least 1.5 hours throughout the day, not consecutively. I'm not sitting here for 1.5 hours trading. I'm coming to my computer at certain times during the day, spending just a little bit of time, maybe 15 minutes at a time on my computer, and that's it. I love to teach busy people. But at the same time, I wanted to give an avenue for busy people, people who stay at home with their kids, wives and husbands, people who go to school full time, people with busy lives. I wanted to show them there's a way you can actually invest in this market and make quicker profits as well that is yours. And there's a lot of myths behind this. You don't need a lot of money and you don't need to be at your computer all day. You can invest in this market. You can become the investor. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars going to school to learn this. Is this hard? Yes. Is this a get rich quick scheme? No, it is not. Is it rewarding? Yes. Can you supplement your income with this? Yes. Can you retire off of this? Yes, you can. But I'm not here to tell a dream. I'm here to tell you what I know. It takes a lot of hard work. But once you get this skill set and once you get it down, you can make money. No one can tell you what to do. You can do it. The best way I teach it is through teaching people how to trade through their own eyes. So once you get it and you get the concept, I help you actually tame your knowledge to your own liking, your own personality. That's what I personally do. And it's worked out so far. It's worked out so far. And I plan to teach more people and I plan to teach the masses when it comes to trading, when it comes to learning. So if you are interested, head over to my other YouTube channel to see how to actually get started, what it is that I do. And I do even offer free 30-minute consultations as well. But and one thing I really do love that I do is I can help people who are brand new and then people who are even experienced. I help the mesh of both. So that's the beautiful part about this. You guys, this is not a pyramid scheme. You don't have to recruit anybody. I'm not asking you to recruit anybody. I don't want you to recruit anybody. I just want to teach people just like me who is in my same position, who is still in my same position. I still stay at home. As you guys can see, I'm actually in my home office, right? So this is actually what I do for a living. I trade and I teach. And to be honest with you, I love teaching more than trading. But as you get better when it comes to trading, you get to pick one or the other or both. I do both, but I prefer to teach. Why? I like it more. I love teaching. I'm a servant at heart and I'm a giver. So if this is something that you're interested in, I'll leave my website down below as well so you guys can get a feel of what it is that I do. See how I do as well. If you want to just go ahead and jump in. If you think this is for you, if you're saying, you know what, this video spoke to me. I've been trying to learn how to invest for a long period of time. I don't have a lot of money, or maybe you do have a lot of money, but you're trying to learn how to multiply it. Then this is for you. So
Maybe you should pull the fucking trigger.
Pull the trigger. Ain't nobody gonna